Dan.
You, talk to me.
You remember that?
This feels like an apology.
It's not.
Which I'm sure I deserve.
When were you in AA?
Talk to me.
Man, I don't even want to talk about it. But but you remember that time I tried to get you to go to this workshop that is cult adjacent, and then you were like mad at me for a couple years.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Want to apologize?
How culty was it?
No. It was a cult. It was not cult adjacent. And yes, he tried to get me to join it. Yeah.
If you had joined it, though, you might have not gone through the mental breakdown you went to at the same time.
I doubt it.
It might have
gone through a bigger one.
It might have brought you back from the brink. I'm just saying.
I doubt it, man. I doubt it. I was already going through my own stuff.
Right.
But I did not need that at the time, bro.
Right.
That was the last interaction that I wanted to have with anybody. Like, 'cause we weren't spending too much time together already. And then that, no. And I already had a thing about people trying to sell, like, fulfillment through religion and, these practices. And you were like, oh, yeah, this is the way. No, trust me, you got to do it, man. Here, all you got to do is sign up and here's what it costs. And like, he gave me the full on, like, Herbalife pitch. I was trying to have lunch with my dog to talk about some real life stuff, and he really about to.
I multi-level marketed him.
He pulls out the paperwork. See, and they got this tier and then that tier.
I MLM'd him.
Your starter kit.
Bro, dude, I walked out of that restaurant. We went to Umami Burger.
Umami Burger downtown.
Umami Burger downtown.
Yeah.
And I had driven all the way up there from Long Beach. And I was like, for this. And I stormed up out of there, bro. And was walking, and this fool followed me.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, dog, I'm not trying to hear none of this shit. Okay?
Wait. Whoa. I have never heard that you went after him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a quitter.
Weird though, but bro, I was like this, because it had been a while, but I was like, these Hollywood motherfuckers, they all the same. I was like, this dude, I was like, that was the weirdest. That was weird, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that was...
Damn, Daniel,
that was the only time, like, Daniel and I went through that was the only time Daniel and I went through a time where, like, we didn't talk for a little while after that.
Dude,
because we always stayed in touch. Like, we were always... And it was always cool. And then...
Fool called me. I think you called to check up if, hey, did you have any? Are you sure? Or something like that. And I think I really just, like, laid in. I was like, bro, you're the worst effing thing that ever happened to me in my life. If I had never done this show with you, because I was already feeling like,
yeah, Daniel was already in a tender time. Yeah, Daniel was already saying things like, forget how you phrased it, but like I don't believe in people at all.
Yeah,
like
we're barely.
It was a
here,
dark time.
Yeah. And that was that extra little step where I'm like, damn, even the people closest to me from my childhood.
Yeah, you can't
trust them.
Yeah.
And on my end, here's what.
Time out.
So what, you were like in debt to this cult? Or like, why did you?
First of all, let me hear about that first. Why did you get into the cult?
Tell us about it, Devon.
And then also, like, give me that moment where it was like 2 sentences from him getting up and going out and then you following him. Like,
well, listen, I don't fully remember like the exact how all that. I just
how
remember.
How many people were you marketing to? Was that special? Was that even special?
You were special, but here's what happened, guys. Here's what happened. All right. There's some like self-development workshops out there in the world that are borderline culty.
Right.
But also do provide a space for self-development and learning, right?
After you pay the thousands of dollars.
You gotta spend money to make money.
Hey, Tony Robbins isn't for free, man.
And now here's the thing. This is where I'm not so mad because, wealthy, rich people can't afford to shell out a little bit. What's $10,000 to go on this retreat?
10,000.
It wasn't 10,000, but still, it's too much. Oh, it was $500?
Yeah, it was
no
$500.
way.
Yeah.
That must have been the baby tier.
The first, there's just a beginning workshop. It was like $500.
It was too much. It was too much at the time. And I was like, no, not. Oh, and I was studying a lot of Paramahansa Yogananda. Oh. And I'd seen you at some place up there. I forget where he has like some facility. So
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
already like
Lake
looked at
Shrine.
all these different, Lakeshire?
Lake Shrine.
Lake Shrine, there it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had tried all of these different like teachings and stuff like that. But this was like a 6-year kind of journey, I'm deep in the heat of the vegan
raw diet,
all that stuff, man. And
So you were saving on food, but you weren't willing to spend that $500 on this.
hell no. But actually, they were charging way too much at these vegan spots at the time. Before it was affordable, But
Yeah, no. From your side, it makes so much sense.
Yeah, okay. now
This thing, so it's a self-development workshop, right? Like people have heard of like the Landmark Forum. This is basically that. It's under a different name, but there's like a 3-day workshop. It's like a weekend that you pay for. That I had a similar thing happen. A friend came and said, "Hey, I just went to this thing. It was fucking amazing. You should do it." It was someone who I trusted, so I said, "Okay, I'll do it." It was amazing. Learned a lot. It's like, it's a high control group seminar about developing your life, which does border on it's why I'm fascinated in cults. Whenever I hear how like full blown cults happen, I'm like, there's some similar overlap to these
MLM.
places I was in.
For sure.
Yeah. But at the same time, these things also do provide a amazing space for self-development, learning shit about your life, holding up a mirror to your life. So there's the first workshop, which is like 3 days. And then there's the next weekend, which is like 5-day workshop.
And if you really want to elevate your
and then there's
consciousnness,
the third level, which is their like leadership program, which is like months on end, right? I think this was when I did the first 2 and then was like, no, I'm good. Like done on those. I don't need to do the leadership program. Years later, some friends of mine got back into it, and it was like this unfinished commitment of mine that I never did. And I was going through that process of like, do I not finish things right? Like, do I not see things through? So I was like, man, it's been years since I left this space. And I was like, I'm going to go back and do the leadership program. Like my friends are in it. Like but the whole leadership program, here's how they get you, man. The leadership program's like, this is 3 months that we're gonna make sure you're crushing your life. Like we're gonna make sure all the things you want to do in your life, we're gonna have your back on. This is like an accountability 3-month program,
partners,
right? I was like, yeah. That 3-month leadership program, that's really where it gets culty. The workshops are fine. That leadership program, they're like, hey, tell us about your life. What do you want to do for these 3 months? We're going to back you up. And then they throw that out the window and they're like, no, you're going to get people to come to this.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
And there is this pressure while you're in that program to sign up people in your life.
Well, I was like, how dumb do you think I am, dog? Like before we could even really talk. I mean, we had, minor pleasantries. We were eating the like burgers, and then I was like, I'm not even gonna be able to finish this burger. This fool keeps
He's gonna keep telling me about this shit.
I'm like, man, and then I had other organizations where I had seen them like preying on people and then offering the da-da-da, and I was like, no, it can't be. Not Dev, bro. No way, dude.
Yeah.
No way, bro. Yeah.
It's so here's the crazy thing about it is like some of those conversations I had with people, there was you and a couple other friends where I was like, ooh, like almost, I knew like kind of fuck this program. Cause there's like they paint it as like, you will learn the things you need to learn about your leadership through having these conversations with people in your life. Right. So it's like, do you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And you kind of do where you want to avoid it, but blah, 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 blah. But what that program wasn't taking into account was my individual reputation and relationships that I built up with close people in my life that they can trust that I'm a safe person, right?
Ooh, yeah.
And then I'm coming into these conversations with a fucking agenda, which I never have with friends before.
Yeah.
But I'm entering this conversation with a fucking agenda. There's
ulterior motive.
There's a motive.
And then also with you too, Dev, like I didn't know where you were in your life. I'm like, is he like struggling? I'm like, I love all people, but I'm like, bro, if you need whatever commission you're gonna get off this $500,
there's no commission.
But I was like, yo, this ain't somebody I need to be around. He'll literally sell me out to make maybe $100. So
wasn't even for money.
He's in a bad place, and I don't want to interact with him.
It's not even for money.
Yeah,
it's.
I'm so glad we didn't cross paths.
Oh, it would have been bad, huh?
Oh, she would have sold you on everything, man.